Hey everybody, Brock Frady here, helping you enjoy your ride. Today's video, we are going to take an in-depth look at this Mustang GT. This one has the 5-liter V8. It's a handshaker. It's got the 6-speed manual transmission, naturally aspirated V8. In a world of electric and turbo, this beautiful vehicle stands out on its own. But before we get started, I want to say a big thank you to Impex Auto Sales. I'll be sure to leave all their contact information in the description box below. This thing looks so aggressive. It's got new styling for the S650 generation. It's got a sharper front fascia, tri-LED daytime running lights. It's got this lip spoiler down at the very bottom. GT specific hood vents right there. That is a functional venting hood. You can actually feel heat coming out of that diffuser right there. This one also has the 19-inch wheels with the optional Brembo performance brakes. This one is sitting on Pirelli 225/40 R19 up front, and in the back, Pirelli 275/40/19. The tires are super wide too. You can see how they stick out. Quad exhaust tips, active exhaust, and the performance pack badging, and the spoiler. There is your signature 5.0 badge. If seeing this engine doesn't make you feel some type of way, you got something wrong with you. Because look at that. That is just sexier than socks on a rooster, I swear. And there is that functional hood vent. You can see right there where the heat is going to escape. We are looking at a 4th gen 5-liter Coyote V8. Produces 480 horsepower, 415 pound-foot of torque. You can see there it's got the dual air intake box. It also has dual throttle bodies. That is new for the S650. The red line is 7,500 RPM. The transmission is a Tremec TR3160 6-speed manual, rev matching. Of course, this thing is rear-wheel drive. It's got optional MagneRide active dampers. I think this one has the dampers. Torsen limited slip differential. This one also has bigger anti-roll bars and a chassis stiffening brace to make it a little bit more stout, more stiff, more well planted during spirited curvy driving. By the way, the Brembo brakes up front are 6-piston. The overall length is 189.4 inches. The width is 75.4 inches. Height 55 inches. And the wheelbase is 107 inches. Curb weight, 3,850 pounds. This is the first car that I've gotten into in a long time that kind of checks all the boxes as far as performance is concerned. Rev matching, the 6-speed manual, the big, fat, juicy V8, the way the exhaust sounds, the way it looks. This is pound for pound one of the best cars that money can buy when it comes to all of those things. You know, relatively speaking, this is an inexpensive car, and this thing is incredible. And you can also drive it daily. I think this car would be a fantastic daily driver that would just put a huge smile on your face every single time you got in it and started it up. Getting into the Mustang is like entering a fighter jet cockpit. In fact, that's the way Ford has designed this thing. You can see by the panels right there that are facing you, then this big, beefy, chunky steering wheel with the flat bottom and the carbon fiber touch there. You have a fun brake right there, and then there is your 6-speed handshaker. Let's hop in and take a in-depth look at all this stuff. So the startup sequence in this thing is the coolest. Clutch, brake, key, start button. Listen. It's like super intense. It sounds like you're entering into a scary futuristic movie or something. I am really surprised, honestly, by how comfortable the seats are. The bolstering in the seats is wide, and it's, I mean, it feels like you would kind of swing around a little bit if you were driving it aggressively, but it's totally fine. Again, 6-speed Manny, nice brake. Watch this, I'm gonna push it down just a little bit and it deactivates the brake. Watch, all you do is that, park brake off. That's kind of neat. And then to activate the brake, you just do that. park brake on. You don't have to like pull it all the way up. There's a pony button right here. You press that button, we're gonna close that out, and then it takes you to the My Mustang screen. Bottom right of the My Mustang screen is exhaust mode. You can select these different exhaust modes, and it is going to adjust the sound accordingly. Watch this. This is quiet, and I'm gonna rev it in each mode. This is quiet, then not so quiet, then sport, and then track exhaust on, and there it says track use only. Then you can hit the information button, and this is something I love about Ford vehicles, is there are little information buttons that easily explain what that feature does. Then you have all kinds of features right here that are going to be all performance related, and you have track apps, timer, brake performance, lap timer, launch settings, and shift indicator. And look at launch control. It's got a little picture of a rocket right there. And then remember, I told you that this was the fun brake. A drift brake. Hit the icon. Drift brake for track use only. Turning drift brake on changes your drive mode to track. It locks the rear wheels when you pull up on the parking brake handle. It locks the rear wheels. You can perform handbrake turns or initiate a drift by pulling the handle and turning the steering wheel at the same time. And that's what that does. That is the coolest thing. This is the first time I've ever seen a literal drift brake from the factory in a car. Thank you, Ford. And then there's line lock. This is so neat. It locks the front brakes, and that allows the rear wheels to spin, and it allows you to condition the rear tires for better traction whenever you're using launch control, or if you are trying to drag it, drag strip or something. And then there's launch control right there. So awesome. And then rev matching. I like rev matching. It provides hill and toe driving experience, and you'll hear that in just a second during the driving portion. But that's all there. To custom mode. I love this. So you have base drive mode, and then you have sport plus, and it shows you in blue the things that it's going to change according to whatever mode you're in. Traction control off, track mode, active exhaust, then there's track, and you can do all kinds of different instrument cluster changes. Now check this out. This is just the coolest. So you have if you want to change this instrument cluster, you can go to classic 67 to 68. Look at that. You can go to Fox body. I love a Fox body Mustang. That's honestly my favorite. And then you can go Cobra SVT Cobra, because y'all will dog me in the comments section for saying the word Cobra first. It's just what you do. And then here, track mode, you better put a helmet on. And then there's the lights, drag mode. Dang, this thing is so customizable. Slippery mode, and then there's normal. So right now, this is Fox body, I believe. Yes. You see, we're in Fox body, so I can go classic. There, it's changing up for me. That's the old school Mustang, Cobra, Fox body. My gosh, I love that. You have all kinds of things over here. A multi-directional keypad. You can skip music. You can change the volume. You've got voice commands, and then you've got a little steering button here. This is another performance-oriented thing, and when I hit that button, you can see what pops up. Steering says normal. Hit it again, comfort. Hit it again, sport. I'm going to leave it in sport because I like a stiff steering. By the way, the steering wheel is wonderful. It's big. It's bulky. It feels substantial in your hands while you're driving it. Then here, you have different things. This is going to be radar cruise control. Lane keeping system is on, lane keeping system is off. Then you have different modes. So you can see here it's normal. There's sport, track. God, the graphics are incredible. Drag strip. Look at the smoke pouring off the back tires. Golly. and then there's slippery, and then there's custom. I know. I don't have much gas left. And then over here is going to be your headlight functions. That's all fine and good. There's your trunk button right there, mirrors, power window and stuff and all that. Then here's volume, and then you can actually go back to this home screen and audio off. This is like a simplistic type of view. This is actually the way I like it. So if my phone were connected, you would see information about my phone there. Radio off, climate controls. I like, as much as I like the Ford Sync system, I like also physical buttons down here for radio and climate. Yes, there are buttons right here for climate and radio and everything. They're not technically buttons, they're just screen, and that's fine because I guess that's the way everybody's going right now, but I do like physical buttons still down there. Then you have fuel economy. We're getting a whopping 16.5 miles per gallon. And then you have different settings. You can go vehicle and change all these settings here. And there's quiet start. This is really cool. When that is activated, it minimizes the exhaust noise when you start the vehicle, and you can actually schedule it. So if you are getting up at like 6 a.m. and you're leaving the house and you want to activate quiet start, there it is. You can activate quiet start, and then you can actually set the time, and it knows based on the time to quiet start. That is pretty awesome. Windows, wipers, lighting, locks. There you go. Oil life 10%. I love all that stuff. So that is going to be, oh, there's general, and you can do all kinds of stuff there as well. Then you can swipe, and you have Amazon, Alexa. Of course, this is going to be Apple CarPlay, Android Auto as well. Now that we got all that stuff out of the way, let's drive this beautiful machine. I love that startup sequence. Just like that, we're in fourth. Keep in mind this is a 6-speed transmission. I can really feel, I mean, I'm doing 45, but you can feel how aggressive it wants to be. Here's rev matching. And I even like how it rev matches first. A lot of cars that have rev matching, they don't match first. This one does. The cockpit feels 100% driver focused. There is no doubt about it that Ford wants it to be a driver focused situation. The way the exhaust sounds, it fills the car without being too much. It feels wonderful. It sounds unbelievable, and it feels like you just have so much power at your disposal. I love the rev matching. The rev matching just takes it to a whole nother level. And here's the thing about that exhaust note. I'm sure you can hear it in the speakers here. Now, you've got a little exhaust mode situation going on right here. I can hit this and listen to that. It is so quiet now. And so now, riding down the highway, it just feels like just this quiet, leisurely stroll. I can go into regular exhaust mode. It gets a little bit louder. Hear that? Then I can go to sport exhaust mode, louder. And then track mode. I don't know that I can tell a difference between track and sport as far as volume. Maybe so, yeah, that sounds a little bit deeper. But I'm in 5th gear now. I'm gonna gear down so you can hear the rev matching. I messed up 3rd, man. That was gonna make for such good footage. All right, all the gearheads, go ahead and laugh at me. That was still impressive, not my driving, but the way this thing sounded, the way it felt. It was fun. This is the best performance car I have driven that could easily be a daily driver. This would be no problem to be a daily. And it's exceptionally rare, in my opinion, where a car could be a daily driver that also could be fun on track day, and also looks like this and is this affordable, and sounds like this and has this overall feel. It like checks so many boxes. Okay, everybody, that's going to do it for our in-depth look at the 2024 Mustang GT Performance. There is no way in heck you enjoyed watching this video as much as I enjoyed bringing it to you, because I got to drive it and you did not. Thank you so much for watching. I hope this helps you enjoy your ride. But remember, the most important thing of all, have a wonderful day, everybody.